half an hour ago as a homestand begins. 5 games to be played against the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's the Blue Jays lineup for the opener. And keep in mind that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. put 4 balls in play yesterday that averaged over 100 miles an hour off the bat. So maybe he's about to go off at the plate. Bo Bichette, Player of the Week, played 10 games on that trip, 22 hits, 18 runs driven in. Tampa Bay's lineup is brought to you by Bet365 as we take a look at a very productive team, though they just lost back-to-back games, getting outscored 20-7. And they have a number of hitters in this lineup that can do damage at any time, so that's something to keep an eye on over the next 4 days. Let us send it off to the guys from SN Bets.
Thank you, Jamie, Michael Mahorovich, and Pat Stuthers at the SN Bets Big Board, presented by Bet365. Pat, tonight, the first of 9 games in the next 14 days between the Blue Jays and the Rays.
Well, it's high stakes for both teams, Mike, and as far as matchups go, this one is a doozy. Major implications for the AL wildcard race. The Blue Jays are coming off an 8-2 road trip, but the Rays, 9 of their last 12, winning 6 of them against the Yanks. Jays are still favorites tonight, -170. We know Brios is capable of some heat, but will we see it? And Criswell has yet to make a major league start this season, so we'll see how that one goes.
The Mets offense has come alive. 9 or more runs in 3 of their last 4, and they're mashing righties right now. In their last 5 games, they have a team average of .331. Cubs rookie starter Javier Assad has looked pretty good in his first 15 innings, but I'll take this experienced Mets lineup against the rookie tonight. And if they can knock him out of the game early, the Cubs bullpen has a .560 ERA in their last 5 games.
The Atlanta Braves have been on a bit of a tear recently, winning 23 of their last 30, now sitting just a game and a half behind those Mets. Tonight, Spencer Strider has been bumped up in the rotation, currently the odds-on favorite to win NL Rookie of the Year. He's coming off 16 and 9 strikeout performances in his last 2 starts, while the Giants coming off a 7-day, 8-game road trip that didn't wrap up until about 11:30 p.m. Eastern time last night. Braves first 5 because the bullpen is a bit questionable right now.
Tyler Anderson has a .138 ERA in 13 innings against the D-backs this year, and although he's given up 12 hits, only 2 of those turned into runs. They were both solo shots that left the park. So as long as Anderson keeps the D-backs in the field and the Dodgers' elite bullpen that has an opposing batter's average of just .206 on the road can do what they do, I don't think the D-backs will be able to muster much offense tonight.
Well, these really are the games that matter, Mike. It's playoff vibes in the building. Let's see if the Jays can get it done tonight. Jamie, back to you.
Gentlemen, thank you. The National League situation not quite as exciting as the American League scenario. The Mets and Braves will battle for the division in the East, and the other team among those two will be the top wild card team. No one will catch the Cardinals in the Central, and definitely nobody's catching the Dodgers in the West. Tonight it's the Blue Jays taking on the Rays on Sportsnet, and when we continue, Hazel May will have a conversation with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. straight ahead of first pitch. Tonight, Brazil represented here at the ballpark. That's a team Bo Bichette might play for at some point in the WBC. He'll be playing for the Blue Jays tonight as they start a 5-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. And both of these teams, both of them have been on an absolute roll of late. Look at the records over the last 24 games, nearly identical. And that's why this one sets up, Joe, to be tremendous. We took a look at the beginning of the program at the remaining opponents for the Blue Jays. What did you notice there?
I know, Jamie, I've had this day circled on my calendar because to me this is when things get real. You're starting to play some of the better teams. The Blue Jays did what they needed to do. They took care of business on the road trip, but there are no more Pirates or Rangers on the schedule the rest of the way. A lot of teams like the Tampa Bay Rays, and they can pitch. Not so much the last couple of days, but when you face the better teams, you're generally going to face tougher pitching. And unfortunately for Blue Jays hitters, hadn't been really successful against the Rays pitching, much like a lot of hitters around the league. This is a team that does not throw a lot of fastballs. You will see a lot of things spinning up to the plate over the next 5 days. And yes, I'm talking to you, Teoscar Hernandez especially, Danny Jansen especially, George Springer especially, guys that have had a little bit less success against the breaking ball. And here you go. Runs per game against the Rays, and you can see last year it was up around 4, which is still low for this great Blue Jays offense, but 3.5 runs per game for this Blue Jays offense is way low. So not only are the Rays pitchers good, but I think they're very smart in their approach. So I think I'm curious to see how they are going to attack Blue Jays hitters. You got a kid pitching in his second major league game tonight, not an overpowering right-hander, and he's also got a slider. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of those sliders, but you've got 5 games against these guys, against a team that you know does not challenge a whole lot with the heaters. We'll see if these Blue Jays hitters can sit on some of this spin and run into a few over the next few days.
Several Blue Jays hit well on that road trip, notably Bo Bichette, obviously. He was unstoppable, but so too did Alejandro Kirk, Tay Oscar when he wasn't busy, being part of the expansion of his family. And Santiago Espinal, a guy who did not fare that well, though, is in the dugout right now with Hazel May.
Thank you very much. Joined now by Hector LeBron, who's going to help us with our conversation with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Vladdy, the Rays and the Orioles, a big week. Describe your emotions as you go into tonight's series opener against Tampa Bay.
Basically, to try to do what we did in the road trip. I mean, take it day by day, and just keep having fun. Be happy, and go out there and do what we do.
You guys have played the Rays really close games this season. What will be the X factor that will determine a winner in each game?
I mean, definitely when we put factor X will be when we put pitching and offense together at the same time. That's once we do that, we're gonna be dangerous. I think that will be that factor.
You guys are coming off a successful road trip. For you, I know the numbers aren't what you want them to be. How are you feeling about your play there on offense?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good right now. I mean, obviously, it's not the numbers, the goals that you want personally, but I'm seeing the way the guys are playing, where we at as a team, and that makes me feel great and to continue to keep working very hard.
John Schneider said that you're close to breaking out. Do you agree with that? And why do you think you're close?
I think so. I'm agree with him. I mean, I'm taking better at bats. I'm been hitting the ball hard. I mean, looking for my pitch and not chasing like before. So I've been feeling well. So hopefully I get hot.
You always tell us when you're hitting the ball to the middle of the field. When you're hitting the ball on the ground to the left side, what's going on? What's happening there with you?
I mean, overall this season, as you know, it's been a lot of ups and downs with me. But going back to the question, every time I hit a ground ball to the left side, I think I'm getting too big, anxious, maybe trying to do too much. But thank God, like I said, I'm feeling a lot better right now, and I'm hitting the ball back to the middle. So hopefully I continue doing that.
Bo Bichette is hitting the ball awfully well. He told me the person to ask about him as a hitter is Vladdy. So as you're looking at Bo, what are you seeing from him?
Like I said before, it's a long season, a lot of ups and downs with Bo, with me. But the ball that you guys seeing right now is a ball that I know forever. Since the minor league, he's been a great hitter, so it doesn't really surprise me. That's him.
That looks like the Bo from the minor leagues.
He's not afraid anymore on swings. I mean, he goes up there and he keeps swinging. And when you're a good hitter, good things happen.
Is he different in the dugout and in the clubhouse when he's hot at the plate, personally, like as a personality-wise?
No, not really. He's always been the same. Great guy. I mean, on the field, off the field, and that goes for the rest of the guy. We're not when we're doing good or bad, we change. Everybody here is the same personality all the time, and that's where we are right now.
All right. Good luck in September. Are you having fun?
Yes.
Okay. The last word goes to Vladdy. I'll send it back to you guys.
Trying to envision him just suddenly going off and what that would do for this club right now, Joe.
Well, I think the Blue Jays have been waiting for one of their big boys to do that, and Bo has stepped up and done that. But if Vladdy can join the charge, that would be something for this club moving down the stretch. And I thought one answer that he gave Hazel that struck me was the fact that when she asked about the ground balls, the words he used, sometimes he gets too big, does a little too much. And you'll hear hitters say that all of the time because less can be more as a hitter. The quieter you can be in the box, the better and more efficient that body can work. And to hear him say that he feels that he's close. I heard John Schneider today say he feels that Vladdy's close. Those are great things because We have no idea what's going on inside between the ears, inside his head, or in the batter's box, or in the batting cage where he is working on his craft. There are so many tiny, tiny little things involved in a baseball swing. Hopefully Vladdy's getting close, as he stated, as Schneider stated, because that can really help overcoming some issues you might have with pitching down the stretch.
Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez in the booth for this one as the homestand begins. The playoff push is on. Bo Bichette's on a roll, and the Blue Jays are wearing red. Can't wait for this one to start. It's the Blue Jays and the Rays coming up on Sportsnet, and as always, we're grateful that you decided to join us for Blue Jays Central.